Hello, I am your new favorite, JJ Caballero, and this is Mono Stereo Video, a podcast about movie music. I'm a songwriter, producer, DJ, and I love movies, and this is the perfect excuse to talk about music and movies, especially with my co-host, the lovely I was gonna say Goins Casey.
The lovely Goins.
The lovely Goins. The lovely Casey Goins.
I was like, what's happening? I like that. The lovely Goins.
The lovely Goins. Directed by Peter Jackson. The lovely Goins.
Oh my god.
That movie. We're talking about movie about dreams. So we just got back from watching Paprika by Satoshi Kon. There was a screening at the AMC Theater here in the Northeast El Paso, Texas. Man, that movie is fucking awesome.
It was such a good movie.
Yeah, so good. So good. Like,
I want to watch it again right now.
He's been my favorite animated film director. Like, his stuff is very consistent.
Yes, for like serious film, like
yeah, it's serious.
For serious film, yes, because I still like Miyazaki, like
that's
you know
true.
what I mean.
Yeah.
But it's for a different reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also, here, can you move it just a little bit?
I think it needs to be up a little bit, or no?
No, that's good. That's good. Yeah. Check.
Check. Oh my gosh, I feel like you're gonna laugh at that.
Miyazaki, The Boy and the Heron was awesome. Yeah,
it was.
That was an awesome movie. This one's older. Paprika's an older movie. It inspired, like, you could see where it inspired.
It didn't feel older. Like, it felt very, like, it was very now. Like, I don't know. And then just
it inspired Inception. You know? All that stuff.
Yeah.
They incepted.
It was so good.
Yeah, it was really good. But this isn't about that today. We ain't talking about that today. It just got us. It got us like
focus.
It got us in like a. I think it caught us.
I was like, yeah, it soothed me. Like, I feel like I got drugged. Like,
yeah.
So I feel like I'm all. Is this real life? Am I dreaming?
It very
right
much
now?
is. It's about like a reality distortion and like the blending of realities. So I don't know. It was very good. We are back. Last week we talked about Twilight. 2008's Twilight, the Twilight Saga's Twilight, the first one, directed by Catherine Hardwicke, and we're out of there. That was a good soundtrack. We're on to the next.
Get out of here.
We're on to the next movie in the series Twilight New Moon. This was wild. As it's just like it just starts, it ramps up. It just ramps up, like it just keeps going. Like these movies,
it's so like it's so like depressing, and then it's just like action packed.
What was it like in the theater for this one?
Yeah, it was one of those two where it was like a pin drop. Like everybody was so focused on, and then it was just like the whole like. The sadness and the looming but then like you find out they're werewolves. Oh my god! So I think you get to see them all transform, and then it was like that's when it like turned into Team Edward and Team Jacob.
Okay.
Because
that's
like,
when it popped up.
You saw him and like the whole duality. Like he's warm, he's not moody. Well, he is moody. They're all moody. But you know what I mean? Like just all the opposites of what Edward is.
I remember this point in time, like that being in the air, like the Team Edward team. I was like, "What's going on with this all?"
They played it up.
Yeah, they played it up. It came out. This movie came out like way fast, like super fast. Like after like 1 year, within a year. I also have to mention. Well, first off, thank you all for listening. Thank you for the response that we've got for Twilight so far. If you know any Twihards out there, if you know any Twi people, share this with them, because we are, how can I say it, we poke fun, we talk holes, we talk abuse, because that's a real thing, But we love I love these movies for
Yeah, I've
sure.
seen them so many times.
I've seen them
like,
so many times already.
I don't
now.
ever tell anybody not to watch it.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it's just.
I tell people to watch it.
Yeah.
Now I tell
I've
people
told
to
so many
watch
people
these
to watch these movies.
Yeah. Yeah. And to listen to the soundtracks.
Yeah. And they're just easy to. It's one of those where you don't have to be focused on it to know what's happening. You can do your laundry.
It's like an old Godzilla movie. Yeah, it's like old Godzilla.
Like,
yeah.
Get ready for work.
Uh-huh.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah, they're just
easy to
the
watch.
drama. They're so melodramatic. They're so dramatic. This one amps it up even more. It's the breakup movie. This is the breakup one in the series of Twilight, and then everything up from here. Now, then it gets super supernatural from here, from this point. But this is where like we see werewolves, which actually turned out to be pretty cool. I also forgot to mention last episode that Twilight. So at the end of the last film, the main closing song is 15 Step by Radiohead. That was like a big thing. I remember being in the theater and seeing that and thinking like, what? Why would Radiohead? Because I love this album.
I was very surprised. I was like, how did they get Radiohead on here?
Right.
Like, whoa.
So Radiohead, for those of you who don't know, are an English rock band formed in Abingdon, Oxfordshire. Any of our UK listeners out there, I think we've had some UK listeners actually. I think so. That's been but yeah, like share if you are a Twihard out there, share this. We love these movies. We appreciate them. If we can be any part of the conversation in this, if we can like insert whatever we have there, like we're happy to do so. Happy to introduce you to these. Or even if you just like read the books and you haven't watched the movies, or like vice versa, and you haven't like taken a dive into the soundtracks, like this is a place. Also, I want to mention, I think because of like licensing things and issues with like record label stuff, I don't know, like these soundtracks are hard to find fully intact on the streaming for sure. I had to piecemeal this one. Well, there was a good playlist on YouTube for this, but what were you saying?
Okay, on YouTube. No, yeah, I was just because my first go-to is Pandora all the time, just because.
And even on that, right?
But yeah, there was a few songs on this one that were unavailable.
Yeah.
So you have to like seek out the rest of them.
Yeah, I kind of had to piecemeal the last one. I'm Eclipse as well. I kind of had to.
Yeah, a lot of Eclipse is not on there.
Actually, one song is like there's just like a live version of one of those songs. We'll talk about it. Talk about it. But anyway, this one is directed by. It came out 2009. I was gonna say 29.
2009.
2009 came out in 2009. Directed by Chris Weitz. Chris Weitz, also the director of American Pie.
Okay.
American Pie. And let me see what other ones. I believe he also directed that The Golden Compass. The Golden Compass. Let's see. He had something to do with that movie About a Boy.
Okay.
Down to Earth. Let's see. He's produced a few movies. Oh, A Single Man that I was talking about the last time. He was a producer on that. Let's see. But Chris Weitz, he's got a thing down. So he brought up that Golden Compass. He tried to get. I'm referencing. He was talking about this stuff on the Blank Check podcast. They did like a watch along with this movie, which I've listened to and watched along with like twice through. Oh my gosh, I'm crazy.
Nerd.
I'm crazy love. Like that's insane stuff. That's insane stuff. Anyway. He did say that they tried to get a Radiohead song. He wanted to get a Radiohead song, like his people wanted to get a Radiohead song
for Golden Compass.
The Golden Compass, and that I think whichever film company that was producing that like kind of like laughed at him and was like whatever. But I think there was like some interest expressed in that, and I guess Chris Weitz's people like somehow like that kind of went through, and because Radiohead was on the end of Twilight, that's the connection with one of the songs coming up here. But yeah, that's what's up with that.
And then what was Golden Compass again? Which one was that?
His Dark Materials.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
that one. That was an older movie. That was like the polar bears, and there was
Yeah.
like they were
Okay.
wearing armor and shit. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. His dark. I think so. That I know that was like they were trying to make that more of a movie franchise, but I think just like it was like rehashed on HBO, which we started right, and like it was kind of
Yeah, on HBO it was turned into a TV
yeah, it
series,
was a
right?
series, yeah, with James McAvoy.
I know at the time we were watching a lot of like scary stuff
Uh
and like
huh.
serious stuff, more gory, I guess. And so when
Okay.
we started watching it, I remember saying that it felt too little kid.
Yes,
And
that's
so
what it
like it
was.
wasn't holding my attention because I was
Yes.
like, it's too little kid.
Yeah, that's
So I
exactly
don't
what it
know if
was.
that's why we probably just didn't continue it.
Yeah. But I guess Chris Weitz has like a pulse on like kind of like younger adults, like YA stuff, and
Yeah,
American
because
Pie.
the guys in the movie are very goofy in this
Yeah,
one. Like,
there's a
hey, what's
lot of
going
scenes.
on?
A lot of scenes. Like in the high school, he knows how to shoot a high school. He knows
Yeah,
how to shoot high school scenes. He knows
yeah.
how to make it high school movie. Yeah, yeah. I like that. I like that about this movie about that too. Gosh, the music supervisor, she was saying that she actually like his idea was to have this soundtrack be more like like chill, more
Mm-hmm.
indie, kind of acousticy, because it is like the breakup record.
Yeah.
It's like
All
what are
the sad
moody
songs. What
yes
songs would you be listening to if
what
you
are the
were
moody
going through
kids?
this?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because this one is it's much sadder.
Yeah, even like the harder bands, like I'll bring it up, but even like the bands that kind of have like more upbeat music usually,
Mm-hmm.
they have like chiller songs on this record, which
Yeah.
is kind of weird. Like it's kind of I don't know. There's some dynamic switching on this record.
Mm-hmm.
But let's see. So there's some updates to the cast. The movie still stars Kristen Stewart, Robert Pattinson, Taylor Lautner as our three main like love triangle. This is where it becomes a love triangle.
Yeah.
This is where it becomes like this is it. This is vampires versus fucking werewolves, that
Mm-hmm.
type of shit. We introduce the Volturi,
Yes.
not Tori, Volturi, the Volturi, who are kind of like the ruling body of vampires. Like they are
They're like the main council. Like
Mhm.
everything must go
They're
through
the
them.
Vatican.
Mm-hmm.
They're essentially the Vatican for
Yeah.
the religion that is vampirism, I guess. And let's see. So I'm pulling it on Letterboxd. So Dakota Fanning plays Jane.
Mm-hmm.
She's not introduced till like later in the movie though.
Yeah.
They all kind of come in like
They all come
a little bit later.
kind of like
Well,
you see them midway and
yeah,
then
midway.
like at the end. Yeah.
Yeah. It just adds to the lore of this world essentially.
Mm-hmm.
But Dakota Fanning plays Jane. Dakota Fanning is awesome.
She is awesome.
She's awesome. Like she's just grown up
Even
to
just
be
for the
yeah.
little bit that they show her in this one, like.
Oh yeah.
But I just wish, because in the books they do really tell like how powerful.
Really?
Like she's super super powerful. Like.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She's rad. I mean, the Dakota Fanning. I think most recently in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, she's the voice of Coraline. She fucking. It says that she's in that Ocean's 8. Is she? Did you? I didn't see that.
I saw it, but I don't remember. So I mean, she probably is.
The War of the Worlds remake was like The Jam, like with Tom Cruise. Let's see. She was also in Man on Fire as a yeah. So she was like a child star.
She was a super mega child
Mega
star,
child
and then
star.
started taking more like oddball, serious, like
as she got
just
older.
different-
Like she's just taken like such a. She's done the thing. Like she's done like kind of the indie
I'm gonna
turn.
make the ones that I feel like doing right
Yeah,
now.
it's like yeah, she's good. Like she fucking rocks. She fucking rocks. She's doing it. She's consistently and stuff. It's I do still see her. It's hard for me to like. How can I say it? I don't want to
Like,
infantilize people. I
yeah.
really don't. But sometimes like it is hard for me to see people that I've saw as kids and like because I was a little older than them and I saw them in movies. Like I'm like no, but that's good. Like what's she doing having a sick? This is weird. But it's like no, she's like a whole ass adult.
Yeah.
Fucking doing adult things. So yeah, Dakota Fanning rocks. Her sister rocks too. I think I don't know.
Elle Fanning.
Elle Fanning. I don't know what we'll talk about her. I don't know if I've talked about her already.
No, we haven't.
I don't think so.
Mm-mm.
No. Michael Sheen as Arrow. Michael Sheen's the shit as well. He's I've really come to like him. Was he in that show that he's the actor in that show that you would watch on Showtime with Lizzie Kaplan?
Yeah,
What was it?
Masters of Sex.
Masters of Sex.
That was a really good show.
What was it about?
So it was about the first study of arousal and sex is not just for procreation, what happens during certain things or what stimuli and whatever. So they were really doing studies, but they didn't have a lot of people to work with, so it's they ended up okay, this is work, but then they kind of fell in love with each other and it turned
That's pretty cool.
It's a really good show. I wouldn't mind rewatching it if
Will
we
it
want
get
to.
us horny? If it gets us horny, I'm gonna watch it.
I'm pretty sure. It's fucking Lizzie
Get me horny. I'm down to watch it. All right.
No, yeah. It's a good show. And it's
cool.
It takes place in the 70s, the 60s and 70s, so you get to see all of those costumes and all the hair and stuff. It's good.
Cool. He's also in the Underworld movies. He
plays lots of supernatural people.
Yeah.
Right now, the current thing he's on is The Good Omens.
Oh yeah, he's on Good Omens.
The Neil Gaiman.
He goes all in.
Yeah.
He goes all in. That's
and I like how
him.
he doesn't
Tron.
He doesn't mind dancing on the he can play very femme characters.
Yeah.
I like that he
can be androgynous.
To do it.
Yeah, I like. Yeah, he's awesome. He's a Welsh actor. Okay. Oh, and a political activist. Ooh. Okay. All right. Okay. Let's see. Who else? I mean, Rachelle Lefebvre also returns as Victoria Sutherland. I think
this is the last time we see her as Victoria.
And she's plaguing the movie. That's right. That's the whole.
Yeah, she's just here and there and stirring shit up. But they don't. Yeah.
Let's see who else is new. I'm pulling up here. Laurent's back. Oh, Graham Greene plays Harry Clearwater. He's another one of the Quiute tribes people. He's he was somebody's uncle, right? And Clearwater was somebody's uncle. Another one of the young lady's uncle. Leah's uncle.
Yes,
he was Leah's uncle.
Yeah.
Okay. Graham Greene also. He's a very recognizable man. Indigenous Canadian actor. Let's see. He's most known Dances with Wolves. He was with Dances with Wolves, Die Hard, with The Vengeance. He was in Clear Cut. I mean, he's a native actor, so he's kind of if you've seen him, if you've seen a native movie, he's probably in it because America's like that, and they fucking they limit themselves. And it's a problem, but he gets work out of it. Yeah, he fucking rocks. Graham Greene, I really like him. He dies in this kind of sudden. Yeah, kind of sudden. Fucking Victoria kills him. Well, that's fucked up. Let's see.
Well, she did. Yeah.
She scares him, gives him a heart attack, right? Is that what it is?
Well, they say he dies from a heart attack, but it's did they say, I can't remember if they say that just to cover it or if
Do you remember the book?
Well, no, because she didn't bite him or anything, or he would have been all in excruciating pain.
Yeah.
No, yeah?
Huh. Weird. Jamie, well, I had a little burpee.
Air bubble.
Jamie Campbell Bower as Caius. Oh, right.
Right, Vecna. That's Jamie Campbell Bower.
He was also in Harry Potter as well. He shares a lot of he's in a lot of worlds. He's in a lot of lores. He was in Sweeney Todd.
Let's see. Joanna.
Yeah. Joanna. We should do that. We should do Sweeney Todd. That'd be awesome. Ooh, he was in that Mortal Instruments you were saying, Jamie Campbell Bower. He was also, oh my gosh, there was one I was thinking, not just Vecna. Oh my gosh. I don't know. I don't know what I was thinking.
It'll pop in later.
I guess so, but this is just kind of I think this is kind of everything he's in. Oh, well. I like him. He seems like a
I like him.
he seems like a cool dude. Like I mean, if you know whatever celebrities, but I've seen like videos, and he seems like a pretty like nice guy. Like just you can people who are like nice, kind of you can see like, oh yeah, that guy like he seems really nice. So yeah, he seems nice, and yeah, I like him in these movies. He looks like a vampire. Like yeah, he's a
Just
vampire looking guy.
Stare.
Yeah.
Lots of staring.
So this lady, Christina Jastremska, who played the lady that. So in the opening scene when Bella sees her grandma, quote unquote,
yes.
and
She
slash
plays her,
Bella,
she's
that's
old.
yeah, and Chris Weitz was saying that they were like that whole scene. It was just miming. They were just miming each other and mimicking each other's things. So that was pretty cool. No like CG there or anything like that. They just did that organically. So that was cool. I like that they did that. Let's see who else. Who else is in this that's new? There's a rogue vampire played by Curtis Caravaggio. Daniel Cudmore as Felix. He's another vampire. Let's see. Dimitri. I think another one of the Volturi. Charlie Buell. Chasky Spencer plays Sam Yulee. He's kind of more of like he's
the main,
the alpha.
Yeah, he's the alpha of the tribe.
Yeah, and he's like he's kind of more in it throughout the series of the films. Like he's also another like it's a weird relationship dynamic in this movie too that he introduces to it, because like his partner like he attacked her, but they've like been imprinted on. Oh yeah, the idea of imprinting is fucking present in this movie too. That's where this comes into play. Okay, so I want to ask this while I'm on that. Just a quick tangent on that. Imprinting. What like in the so when you read the book, like when you guys see it in the movie, like what'd you think? Or is it like I don't know. Like it's just imprinting seems like weird.
Like it just
because I know where it's heading also, I think, but
yeah, like it's just it was just the idea that they try to do it in a way so they could make it okay for later on in the movie.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like they were just building up to the later on.
There's some there's some weird shit spoilers for the weird shit ahead, I guess, like in the next
That's
few movies.
why I was like, I try not to give anything away yet.
Yeah, let's not give it away yet.
Preparing for later. Like they try to turn it into like this uncontrollable thing that happens, and you know, you're a slave to the feeling.
Okay.
You know.
But Chasky Spencer, he's also a First Nation actor of the Lakota, the Sioux Nation. Okay, and he he was in a limited Hugo Blick's limited series, The English. I think it's that is that the latest thing that what's her name was in? Emily Blunt. I don't know what the fuck.
Oh, I don't know.
No,
I don't know.
Let's see, The English. He's in the Marvel world. I think he's possibly like he's in that Echo and that Hulu series that just came out. the Hulu.
I was trying to follow, and then I was like, wait a minute.
Hulu is in the news.
Hulu series. Oh man!
Anyway, he's a First Nation actor.
Much funnier than it should have been.
I like him. He's a good actor. He's good in this. He's problematic in this also. His relationship. Thanks, love. Let's see. Chet. Oh, Chet's the guy on the fucking motorcycle that she fucking. I was like, who's Chet?
Oh,
Michael Adam
gosh.
Swayze. Chet is played by Chet. Tyson Houseman is Quill. Let's see. Kiowa Gordon is Embry. Alex Mraz is Paul. Yeah, Paul. And Bronson Pelletier Pelletier is Jared. Tinsel Corey is Emily. Tinsel, and is she familiar?
No,
No,
not that I know
no.
of. Mm-mm.
She's in like a few like kind of B movies. She's in a movie with Joseph Gordon-Levitt. That seems pretty cool.
It says actress, singer, songwriter.
Ah, okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
She's in a movie with Kevin Sorbo. Fucking Hercules. Hercules. Let's see who else. Anybody? I mean, let's see. Alec is another one of like the Volturi, kind of in the background as well. That played by Cameron Bright. There's some an Italian mother, an Italian father, an Italian child somewhere. Yeah, that's the background actors. But yeah, that's the cast list that has updated since. Actually, that went like a lot longer than I thought it was gonna go for fucking updating.
But that's how they're building up the teams. Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? They like introduce part of this new team and this new team.
And they're like the next movie has a few updates, and then like the next few like there's just like, so much. Yeah, it's like overloaded. Everybody wanted to be a part of this movie. Chris Weitz also said that Taylor Swift had reached out to his team saying that she wanted to be a part of the movie.
Oh, a part of the movie. Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. I thought
that,
like be on the soundtrack.
No, that she and I mean she would have been on the soundtrack. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But so that he denied it because he thought that she would have kind of been distracting.
Yes.
But like in hindsight, he thought, and I thought the same. Like in hindsight, he thought he probably should have done it, and I'm like, they probably should have done it because it would have been like fucking money. Like,
well, yeah, it would have been money, but they didn't need it, and it would have turned into the Taylor Swift movie, like
the Taylors.
Yeah,
that's what it would have been, the Taylors, because they also dated. They also dated.
That's why it was too much.
Oh my gosh,
it was too much.
Oh my gosh, the real life drama behind all this stuff. Like they all just blew up. Mm-hmm. They just like they were like it was a phenomenon.
Yeah,
I was in college and I was not part of that phenomenon. I was like, oh my gosh, what have they done to my vampires? So I was at the time I was into zombies a little more too. Zombies were my thing. But we returned to Forks, okay? At the beginning, Bella's kind of this is where the whole idea that she's gonna age and Edward's not gonna age comes into play. So this is the movie where she's very much like, I want to become a vampire. So I want to ask, because I like, as much as I've seen it, I still don't get it. So Edward breaks up with her. Mm-hmm. Essentially, he's like, I'm not in love with you. He pushes her away in this one, but to protect her because Victoria's after her?
Well, because he feels like, so since they threw her the party at the house, and she gets the paper cut.
Yes.
And she sees how Jasper like goes crazy.
Yes,
in his mind, he's like, this is too dangerous for her. Like, this is never going to work. Right. And that's why he has to like break up with her so dramatically.
Yeah.
And like leave her in the middle of the woods. I'm like, oh yeah, that's real safe. That's real helpful.
Yeah. That scene happens here. Mm-hmm. So it opens and it's flowers and rose petals, and it's very nice. And then it goes to a scene where they throw a party because it's Bella's birthday. She's turning how old? 17 or 18?
Yeah, 18.
18? Okay. And she's graduating this year. That's the big thing too? Or is it the next movie? It's this year. Mm-hmm. So it's this year she's graduating. That's the big thing. And she cuts herself and fucking...
Jasper goes crazy.
Jasper goes crazy and he wants to fucking eat her. Mm-hmm. And it's like, fuck, oh man, and even like Edward pushes her out the way too.
Yeah, the way he like full body slams her across the room, and it's like, okay, and makes her bleed more. It was like
even more
ridiculous.
Yeah, that was over the top, uncalled for. But because of all this, it's like he feels like, no, I can't be with her. I have to protect her because of this. And now she's talking that she wants me to eat her, which I feel like that's like the fucking metaphor for fucking, right? Like that's like I want you to fuck me, right? Like that's the metaphor.
What, her
wanting to be, yeah, that's the metaphor, right?
I mean, I guess.
You don't think so? I thought so. I
Yeah.
thought so. I thought it was like the metaphor for like, okay, this is like where she's like,
Like,
I want
I'm
you to
ready.
do me. I'm ready. And he's like, no, no.
Well, but I felt like it would have been more if he's so like how they said old school. Well, but I guess that's how they introduced the
that's-
whole
yeah.
idea of the marriage.
Yeah, and that's the Mormonism of it. That's the LDS of it. Still Stephanie Myers, bro. Still, we're still in the world of it all. But yeah, like so they break up. That's she loses contact with them,
and she just goes through this big old depressive phase and sends these like going nowhere emails to Alice every day of like how sad she is and how she misses them all and she doesn't know what she's gonna do and
they graduate in the next movie, in Eclipse.
In Eclipse?
Yeah, because that's when they have that party.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, we'll talk about that when we get there.
So then, like that whole scene of her, like just all the seasons passing of her sitting in the room.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that was a cool scene. We'll talk about the song that plays at that point too. That was a fucking
just all the seasons that pass and her just staring.
And it's like
and then Charlie finally has to like threaten her, like, okay,
oh
like,
my gosh,
I'm not trying to tell you what to do, or I'm not trying to be sympathetic, but like, you need to like do something, like. So then it's like, oh, I'm supposed to go hang out with Jessica.
Yeah, so she finally like she reaches out to old friends. So Anna Kendrick, this is where they come back. Anna Kendrick comes back into play.
They go see some movie that Anna Kendrick doesn't even want to see,
and she's just talking shit as they're walking out, and kind of still talking shit to her, and like
also, oh, now you want to hang out with me? I felt like she had every
she had every right. But fucking Kristen Stewart's breakdowns in this movie, oh my god, like.
In the middle of her nightmares in the middle of the night.
So over the top. She was just dead like without him.
It was like she was reenacting like the Venom part. But I'm like, are you dreaming up that
are you having withdrawals?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's too much. It was too much.
I felt like there should have been more crying and the screaming.
Yeah. Because, like, that's what the fucking soundtrack suggested. It suggested more tears
more
and less...
like, heartbreak and not...
less, like...
anguish, like, anger. I don't know.
Anguish. Like, so much pain. But she was so pained. But then she starts, like...
So she...
gets a little reckless.
Yeah, so she decides to, like... There's some dangerous guys off to the side. And, like, I'm going to go take a ride on his motorcycle. Whoa. And that's how she starts to realize that Edward will appear to her.
Oh, yeah, he appears to her on camera.
So that turns into, like, a drug. Yeah. She has to see him. She has to see him.
So Chris Weitz was talking about that in the books, it was just his voice that was speaking to her. He didn't like really appear to her.
I don't think so.
Yeah, but Chris Weitz was like, no, we're not doing that. Like, we need Robert Pattinson in this fucking movie, so he's gonna show up.
Like we're not forgetting about him.
That they did a thing and that they had a meeting or they had a lunch or whatever, and that Robert Pattinson's like, oh well, this is gonna be an easy one. I'm just gonna do a bunch of voiceover, right? And he's like, no, you're gonna do a bunch of green screen. Like that, like you're in. Like nope. Like
you're working for that bajillion dollar check.
Exactly. Yeah. So like it was Chris Weitz's idea, like at like this being the indie soundtrack.
I mean, he knew what he was doing. He knew that there was so many like all the heartthrobs. Like they would love to any little glimpse of him.
And he had the hindsight of like the impact that like American Pie soundtrack had too, because that had like everybody, and I love that soundtrack. That's we should talk about that soundtrack at some point too. That'd be fun. That'd be fun. But like I'm sure he saw that firsthand, like the power that these things can do, like back and forth to like whatever artist, but also to this movie, like make it a cultural thing. This is where I think this is like the Twilight was what it was. I think this is where this became like a cultural fucking phenomenon. This movie, like it was just gigantic. It was just gigantic. So she has to get she has that reckless moment, and then like Edward's like,
so she's like, I need to have a motorcycle too. So this is how after Charlie threatens her of like, you need to stop being depressed, like so she starts hanging out with Jacob.
Yeah,
and he agrees because
what do you think about his wig?
Bad. It was so bad. So bad.
Oh, and then Bella.
Oh,
Where the hell you been, loca?
Oh, cringy.
Where the hell you been, loca?
I feel like in the theater it was a mixture of like the wooing and the like, but why? Like,
Taylor Lautner, like he's playing what is he? Taylor Lautner.
That's like the ultimate debate always. I don't think he's not what he's playing. I mean, I don't think so.
Is he not native? Like, is he not First Nation?
So.
Is he so? Let's see, Taylor Lautner. He's American, it says here. Born American. With Dutch, French, and German ancestry. And he has stated that he has distant Native American ancestry through his mother, specifically Odawa Potawatomi. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe
it's whatever.
Might be a Michael Horse situation. Might be a Michael Horse situation.
Yeah, right? Oh my goodness.
Anyway, where the hell you been, loca? That's
cringe.
That's
cringe
the best.
5,000.
Oh my gosh,
that was too much.
Been, loca? But he comes into this and they like bond. Like she wants a motorcycle, right?
That's like he agrees to help her build motorcycle. Doesn't really ask why or anything.
All
and
muscular. This is where he comes back on muscular.
And then they just have all these conversations and talk, and
he's the
antithesis to Edward.
Yeah, but what's the word? What's the term? This is like
his blossoming.
No, her. She just went through a breakup. What's the fucking?
Oh,
term?
rebound.
Rebound. There you go.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's kind of unrequited. But like he's more into her.
I feel like it's also like so like it's
She's
very selfish.
Yeah. They're both selfish. Like it's both. It's a both thing.
Yeah.
Like he has nefarious reasons for trying to be her friend. Like he has ulterior
his teenage lust.
Yes, it's lust. It's ulterior. It's duckiness of it, which is it now. It's kind of become a bit more problematic, you know, and like it's a thing that people have to grow out of and learn to like, hey, that's still kind of that's still kind of manipulative and weird either way, you know, and
guilting her of like But then at the same time, she does do little things to where it's like, you can't be like. The extra touching and the extra you don't do that. When you know the other person, you don't touch.
Yeah.
Not even a like brush of the shoulder, nothing. You can't.
Yeah. She's so indecisive in this, but it's also like she's like it's fresh, it's and it's a it's Edward, but he's still haunting her. Like he's still manipulative and controlling her. Like he's like, I can't be with you, but I want to still control what the fuck happens in your life.
And then it's like there'll still be the little emails in the background, and then it's like, Alice, I'm feeling so much better, but like I saw him. It's just so like.
It's just it's. They're just so young and dumb. They're just so dumb. And then just like the fact that like she just wants to like she's made her mind up. She's like, I want to be a vampire. Like I'm gonna fucking get bit and die.
If I had a chance, I'd be a vampire.
I know what you mean.
I would do it.
Like I would make you one, or you would. Make me.
I would make you one.
Yeah.
A little forceful there, sir.
But you would want. Okay, you would make me one.
Yes.
Okay.
Because I already know that's like the core of your deepest heart.
I want to be a vampire. I do.
And it's not the whole like because I want to live forever thing, but it's just
it's part that I want to see
the ability to see everything in like with time. Like you're not in a hurry to do anything because you can do anything, you can do everything. Like
and then my cynicism too. I'd be like, they're stupid.
Yeah, like you could meet so many different people. Like you can you know what I mean? So many transformations.
Yeah. I mean, all the vampire stuff that we've leaned into these past few years, like especially this shit, like it's crazy. I don't know, but like even the lore here, like it's kind of inconsistent. I don't know. It's weird. It's it gets weird. It's just more breakup movie-y, sad, somber. The colors were a lot brighter though. And there were some cool like high school shots, like cool like where like he's like panning and he's like seeing everybody's reaction when they're watching that one movie. You know, that was pretty cool. More where so it
Like,
takes a while, but we do find out Jacob's a werewolf and
because
everybody's a werewolf.
like they go to the movies and it's like his little teenage lust. He can't control it,
Oh,
and it like forces the change on him. And she's like, "Oh,
Yes.
you're burning up," and
Oh yeah, because his body gets hot. That's
and then
right.
so then he disappears for a few weeks and won't talk to her,
Oh,
return
I
her
know.
calls.
Oh my gosh.
And that's like a
Oh
whole
my
other
gosh.
drama.
Oh my gosh.
So then she has to go over there and find out. Or no, she goes to the meadow where her and Edward used to like
Oh yeah.
play and talk to each other, and Laurent finds her there and like realizes that she's alone and the Cullens are not around.
That's right. Yeah.
And then that's when all the werewolves come and they attack him and kill him. And that's how she finds out.
That's
that
right.
he's a
The werewolves come and kill him. Well, she doesn't. They go and kill him, but she's like, "There's big ass wolves. There's big ass wolves." And then like everybody's like trying to play it off, like, "What? What? What?" Graham Greene's like, "Wolves? That's crazy. What? Well, let's go look for these wolves." And then Victoria's back in the background. That's when she kills him. That's when she kills fucking Graham Greene. Like when they're like hunting them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that all happens, and then. So like she's trying to reach out to Jacob and shit, and then like she confronts him. Like she kind of like goes and like confronts him at his place, and he's shirtless, and that like his fucking tribe tattoo, and they're all shirtless now. Like everybody's shirtless, like and wet.
Yeah, like
It's just
they're
shirtless
always
and wet now.
in jeans, cut off shorts.
Yeah,
They're always in cut off shorts.
Yeah, it's just shorts and jorts and that too. Like when I like their transformation. So the wolf creatures were designed by Phil Tippett. He's a famous like creature like stop motion animation. That Mad God, that movie that's on Shudder right now that we saw, that like where the dudes are like made out of shit and all that. He made that.
Okay.
He did all the work for like I don't know, but fucking Star Wars, like he did stuff for Jurassic Park originally.
That's
like
cool. Because
RoboCop.
I feel like the transformation of the werewolves looked better than the wigs for the.
Oh yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, he did great. He did great stuff. He's the master. He's like he was on Joe Bob. He was on Joe Bob when they did that episode when they were watching that movie. He just looks like a Santa Claus kind of guy. Like seems like that Mad God took him like 30 years to do. Like he had started when he was doing, or over that. Like he had started, I think, when he was doing like Return of the Jedi or some shit like that. Yeah. But he's the shit. Phil Tippett. I'm glad Tippett Studios got to do that. That was super rad. And you see like the transformation in the wolves is fucking sick. Like,
yeah, the way that's like it looks like they turn like paper.
Yeah.
It's like, and then they're like big ass fucking wolves.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
but it's also like it's funny because I just think of all the ripped clothing like that, like Charlie would find in the woods. Like, man, there's a lot of jorts. There's so many jorts.
There's so many ripped t-shirts. And then all the boys with no t-shirts on. Like, are you leaving your t-shirts in the woods? You need to stop doing that.
Yeah. But it's like, oh, and then that there was a scene where like it was like Bella was running through the forest, right? And then like she kind of like passes out, and then like that's where like we see like a wolf, right? It's Sam kind of.
Well, that's when they find her. That was already when
that was
they
in the
first
past.
found
Yeah,
her.
I just remember that scene. Yeah.
Like she hallucinated. That's why they were like, it's all the gaslighting. Like
Oh
you
my
didn't
gosh.
really see a wolf. You were dying in the woods.
So yeah, now then she finds out there's werewolves, and it's
Yeah.
like shit. Now there's like wolves and vampires, and and then she learns the history, or she learns more of the history. She learns about Sam and his like kind of like relationship, but there was another. Well,
With Emily.
Leah doesn't come out
No,
until
not until the
Eclipse.
next one.
Okay.
Yeah.
So relationship with Emily, but she has like a scar because he like got
He lost
angry.
control,
He lost control
one time and apparently like scratched up her face all crazy.
Yeah, that's another thing. And like she just accepts it, you know, she's just
because
like,
they're imprinted.
and they're imprinted, and I have to accept it. And it's like that. I think it's a Mormon thing. Like that has to be a fucking Mormon thing. Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah. Anyway, yeah, we like it's the relationship between Jacob and hers. Like that's what that is. Alice comes back, right? That's
so then she still does the whole thing of like, I'm gonna go jump off the cliff so that I can see Edward again because now I'm alone and I don't have Jacob
La push.
She goes and she jumps off the cliff,
and Jacob sees. Edward sees her kind of right,
so Alice sees in a vision, but it's because what's her face is there in the water too, Victoria's about to get her
in the water.
But then Jacob saves her and pulls her out.
Yes.
So then that's when like later
why'd you jump in, loca?
Yeah. Oh no. But yeah, it turns into Alice is waiting at the house like, what did you do?
Yes.
And it's like, nothing. I was just like, it was an adventure.
And she's being because she's like, I'm being reckless now.
Yeah.
Fuck him.
And then apparently like Edward called the house and Jacob said that he's preparing for a funeral because they asked about where the dad was. But he was talking about the other man's
Graham Greene's funeral. And
so then Edward decides to go to the vault. So Alice tells Bella that Edward is gonna go to the Volturi because he thinks she's dead and that he's gonna like kill himself. He's gonna expose himself to the public so that the Volturi will kill him.
That's right.
And that's what the journey, like they get there, all that, like all the stretch of the movie of all the drama and all the other movies, and it's a stretch of all these little dramatic things happening, but they get to the Volturi in like 2 seconds.
Yes. They get to Italy so
and
fast.
Just driving in a fast car, and they find him so quickly.
Because Edward was already in Italy?
He was already there.
Okay. Oh my gosh.
It was so, like it all happened, the plane ride, everything.
Yeah.
They got the car, everything so fast. Yeah. And then she ends up catching him right at the last moment. And that's when we meet the Volturi.
Yes.
And
there's like a little kid that's like turning around that's like, oh my God, there's a sparkly vampire. What's happening there? And then she's like covers him up before. Oh, mama, there was a sparkly vampire. Chris Weitz also said that when they were filming out there in Italy, it caused such a ruckus that there was like a pilgrimage of people there, a pilgrimage of fans going to see what was up. So because of that, he had a bunch of extras like that. He was just like, "Fuck it, I'll just use all these people, put red robes in them, like all those people in those red robes."
Yeah, that's what I figured. I'm like, it was like a big festival.
Yeah, he just used them as extras. Yeah, that's pretty cool, huh? So yeah, it's a whole big dramatic where she's like pushing people to the side and runs up to them,
running in slow motion and finds him.
I'm gonna hug you so hard. I love you.
And he's like, "You're alive. Am I dreaming? Am I dead already? Because I can see you again." But yeah, basically they have to promise to the Volturi that they will turn her into a vampire.
That's right.
Because she knows their secrets.
Yes.
And they let them go back home.
Yeah, they let them go back home and live their lives.
And then Edward tells her, you have to promise if I'm going to turn you into a vampire, you have to promise to marry me.
And then
it's like, dun, dun, dun.
Yeah. How was that in the theater?
Like, I mean, you already, obviously most people that were in there had already read the books, but it was still like, wow! And more clapping, like if it was the best
this old
movie.
Man, this old 108-year-old man, maybe 109 now, telling this fucking just turned 18-year-old girl, you gotta marry me.
And even good thing at that, you know what I mean? She's 18, like.
I mean, luckily. Yeah. But it's because they're in Washington. If it was in Texas, it'd be another fucking story. Or Alabama. Oh my gosh. That movie is wild. Let's get into the music of this movie.
Let's get into it.
Meet Me at the Equinox is it was filled with indie power. It was an indie powerhouse hit. Everybody wanted to be on it. Chris Weitz said that like it was exciting to be able to have like have his hand at like the people that were reaching out, that he had like but it was weird. He said that he had a meeting with Licky Lee, and he didn't know whether she was trying to sell him on it or he was trying to sell her on it. So like it was like he was like in a weird spot, but it was pretty cool. Must have been really cool to have this kind of thing. So Meet Me at the Equinox. It's a rocker. It's a Death Cab for Cutie rocker. Death Cab for Cutie goes up and down. Like they can be rockers and they can be really chill.
And it's funny that they didn't put a super sad song on here. Like this one's one of the more upbeat songs on the record.
And that's what it's weird
you would
about
think
this one.
that Death Cab for Cutie would have put the saddest fucking song on there.
A Washington band themselves. They're from Bellingham, Washington. They were formed in 1997. Let's see. Formed by Ben Gibbard, Nick Harmer, who plays bass, Dave Depper. Right now it's Dave Depper, Zach Ray, and Jason McGurr. Originally, it was Ben Gibbard, Nick Harmer, Jason McGurr, and this dude named Chris Walla. Chris Walla is an awesome... He's an amazing producer. I don't think it's like bad blood or anything between them, but I think it was just kind of like, I don't want to do this. I'm more producing now. He produced Tegan and Sarah's The Con, a few Tegan and Sarah records. He's produced a bunch of people's records. He produced like the Death Cab stuff, but like I like Death Cab. Like Death Cab was one of my like emo bands, like indie emo bands. Like when I heard about him, I was like, this is like transatlanticism. Like, this is the new year. That was my fucking album. Like, that was my shit. That was like, I'm crying. I'm making myself cry. I'm straightening my hair. I'm fucking using relaxer.
I'm straightening my hair.
I'm using relaxer. Wearing really tight shirts. Like, everything's thrifted. You know, watching Amelie all the time. You know what I mean? Like, just independent film channel. Amelie and the Royal Tenenbaums, making myself cry and shit, jerking off. Death Cab for Cutie.
There you go. Summed it up right there in a nutshell.
They're a good band. I haven't listened to the stuff that's come out recently. The last album I got from them was it was Narrow Stairs. Great album. Yeah, that has that song that I will possess your heart. But this song, it's a rocker. Meet Me at the Equinox. It's very much like the high school, like the jammy, like we're fucking opening up the Equinox, and then the name of the song, the Equinox. You know, it's got to do with solar and lunar shit and all that had to play into it. Friends by Band of Skulls. Band of Skulls, I always get confused with Band of Horses. Yes. Band of Skulls is the more rockin' one.
Okay.
Band of Skulls is the more it's an English rock band from Southampton. Let's see, consisting of Russell Marsden, Emma Richardson, Matt Hayward. They're still around doing stuff. Let's see. I'm trying to think of the record that I knew from them. Yeah, Baby Darling, Dollface, Honey. That's a pretty rockin' band. That was very like psyche, and this song's kind of like that too. This song's kind of like, it's a slower rock jam. You know, it's like, I don't know. Do you remember when this came out? That song. That's what I'm trying to pull up.
Maybe while they were having like that little vignette of like they're sitting there with the tools and building the bike. I'm thinking that's when.
Yes.
Next song.
Yeah, Band of Skulls. They're cool. I think they came here once. I think they came to Tricky once. I didn't work it. I didn't go. I was one of those I should have probably, but yeah, weren't there. Next song. My favorite song out of all these soundtracks. The song that I'm so happy that you showed me these movies for. It's on a list of like I from the Lost Highway soundtrack, like by Smash. I never heard it before, and then you showed it to me, and it's like I love it. And you like, I love that you showed it to me. Like, you know what I mean? This is one of those songs. Hearing Damage by Tom York. Awesome song. It was
Tom York's the best.
That is fucking just funky. It's
right. I should have been recording you too.
I did my little dance. He's an English musician. Yeah. He's my mom's age. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
wow.
He was born in 1968.
Wow.
Yeah, he's my mom's age. Wow. Shout out to my mom.
Right?
Shout out to Cynthia.
Cynthia.
I don't know if she listens to this. I don't know if she does because she always asks me like, how do you listen to it? And I'm like,
she doesn't. She would, but she doesn't know how.
I don't think she knows how. I mean, I started posting these on YouTube, so
There
let's
you
just
go.
see. Let's just see. But yeah, I mean, Tom York, he is an amazing songwriter, frontman of Radiohead, and his solo stuff's amazing. We're gonna talk about like his soundtrack work at a different point. Like we do want to do like a whole Radiohead run where we want to do like his stuff, Johnny Greenwood stuff as well. Any of the other members that have worked on it on them, I think that'd be cool to check it out too. But yeah, his Suspiria soundtrack's awesome. Like we'll talk about it at some point if you get a chance to listen to it. Check it out. His movies are very like they adapt. Like his songs are very movies. His songs and film, and even now, like he's got this relationship with Paul Thomas Anderson that like the Radiohead stuff that he's done, that Anima, that 15-minute movie that's on Netflix. You know, like yeah, he's awesome. Yeah, he's so artistic. His fucking collaborations with like Stanley Donwood, like the Radiohead artwork and stuff like that, like. The smile, I can't like gush enough about Tom York. I have to stop because we will go on too long. But yeah, it was a weird thing that he was on the soundtrack. Chris Weitz was just very happy that he was. He didn't get to meet him or anything, but that's when he brought up that story that he was like, oh, we wanted, Radiohead. There was an interest in the Golden Compass, and that there was something here. And there was a bunch of like articles that were like just the headline was like Tom York to be on the next Twilight soundtrack. What? It was like it was a big to do. Hearing Damage comes out during. Let me figure this out real quick. I think she's like running. Is it when she's running or there was some running going on? It's like yeah. When there's the chase scene
when they're chasing Victoria in the forest.
Yeah, when they're chasing Victoria in the forest, that it gets like really intense. It gets really like dun 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 dun. So that's that. Okay, Licky Lee, Possibility.
This one plays when it's the seasons changing and she's depressed in the room.
Yeah, you can hear it. She says Possibility a lot. Yeah, I like Licky Lee. Licky Lee's she's fucking rad. This isn't my favorite song of hers.
No,
it's on the it's a more chill song of hers. She's got more kind of like even her she's a chill artist. Yeah, but she's got some stuff that's a little more haunting. I think like this one's a little too flowery for me. But it's a possibility. Her full name is Lee. I just clicked over something. Lee Licky Timotej. Zackerson.
Okay.
She's Swedish singer-songwriter. Like very dream poppy, very indie, like electronic-y, kind of more like kind of gazy, shoegazy a little bit too, like here and there. And she's rad. She's really good. She's got some cool records. Let's see. She moved from like Stockholm. She was like really she was in a punk reggae band called Dagbag. That's pretty cool. Dagbag. Right. Licky Lee. So it's that seems. I mean, that's this cool scene because of that.
Right. Because it feels so like oh gosh.
Yeah. It's like get outside, Bella. Go
vitamin C, please.
Outside, girl. Next song, The Killers, A White Demon Love Song. A White Demon Love Song. I feel like the rest of the sound, like, I feel like the Eclipse soundtrack is, like, just chasing it's like everybody sounds like the Killers on the Eclipse soundtrack. Like, but The Killers, the White Demon Love Song, The Killers, a band from Las Vegas, Nevada. Brandon Flowers, Dave Koenig, they were the ones that formed it. Let's see, they go through a list of other dudes. Brandon Flowers, the most consistent. He's really good. I like him. I like. What did you think about the Killers?
I mean, I liked them when they first came out and
me
stuff,
too.
But then I kind of was like, meh, it fizzled out for me.
Yeah, it did. Mark and Alfred, Again, they remind me of them because they're very into them. They got a lot of like merch and stuff from them, and they got like pictures and stuff like that, fan stuff. So yeah. They did I remember back in the day when they played here at the stadium, they did a secret show at Lowbrow after the fact. And I remember it was just like at capacity. I didn't go. I was like outside, and I was like, man, this is wild. I can't go, damn it. And I knew people there, and I didn't get in. So, yeah, that was a bummer. But I think that's pretty cool that they did that. Honestly, I think that's they did a whole ass set, like a whole ass like other show after that. So yeah, cool. That's really cool that they did that. Brandon Flowers actually kind of denounced this song from the soundtrack. Like he didn't want it on the soundtrack anymore. It's one of those like. So Hearing Damage, this one, and the OK Go song, like you can't find them on the streaming attached to this soundtrack.
Yeah.
Like they're on there. You can find them. They're out there, but they're just not attached with this soundtrack. Yeah. So it's a weird thing. I'm trying to do more research into why that is. Yeah. Like I want to know. I really do. Next song, Anya Marina, Satellite Heart. That's its song. She's got like the baby folk voice,
and then it's just like the little strumming guitar.
Yeah,
it's a cute song.
It's cute. She's cool. She was born in Ann Arbor, Michigan. She's American. Her music's been featured in a lot of Grey's Anatomy, How I Met Your Mother, The Real World, Castle, United States of Tara, Gossip Girl, Batwoman, The Vampire Diaries, and Supernatural. Let's see. She was on the 13 Reasons Why soundtrack. So, in reading this, in making the connections, the music supervisor. That she has her own record label called, I think, Chop Shop Records, if I'm not mistaken. Anya Marina is like an artist on that. Okay. So I'm thinking that's how she gets on a lot of this stuff. She gets put on there. I think they probably have like a cool, they probably got a good relationship going on. They probably like she managed her, or maybe taking her career off. So that's cool, man. Like. That's a good fucking gig. If you can get like just like sync gigs, like get that money just to fucking flow in from all these, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like that's sick. Like just to have that, at least like a bed of that to kind of fall back on. So good for her. Good for her. Yeah. Anya Marina. It's a good song. Next song. I Belong to Mew. I Belong to You. By Muse. Muse comes back. Muse is back, baby. Back again. They're on every one of these soundtracks, I think. Yeah? Yeah. And I think these were like, now they were like written for the soundtrack, if I'm not mistaken. Another Muse song, very Muse. Very Baroque. This one's very Baroque, very like, has like very regal sounding stuff. Like, it's prog rocky, but with pianos and like things like that. Muse, yeah. They're cool. Like, that's it. Like, that's where it ends for me, I think. It's like, it's never like, yeah, man, I want to dive into their albums. Like, it's not like, there's never been a time where like, I got to do a deep dive. Did I say that last time?
And I feel like it's because he has his voice, like, sometimes having a unique voice can be a disservice.
But also,
because, like...
Yeah. But also, there's some things where he does try to sound like it feels like there's Tom Yorkie. And it's like, there's already a Tom Yorkie.
Okay.
Sometimes. You don't think so?
I guess I don't feel like I don't compare him, no.
No? Mm-mm. I feel like there's some songs where I'm like, yeah, he's trying to do a Tom York thing. I think that's what bothers me sometimes. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah. Meh. It's an alright song. Not better than the next song though, Rosalind by Bon Iver and St. Vincent.
This one's my favorite one on the soundtrack.
Yeah, it's a beautiful song.
It's so good.
It's so soothing. It's acoustic. Both of them are amazing guitarists. Like Annie Clark, St. Vincent, Bon Iver, Justin Vernon. Just two amazing songwriters in their own right. They both have unique sounds. Justin Vernon. Not from, let's see, where is he from? I think he's either from Michigan. Where the fuck is he from? Let me double check. Let me find him. But fucking St. Vincent, she's a Texas girl. Yeah, she's from Texas. She was like she in interviews I've seen of her. She talks about she was like the nerdy guitar dude. Like she's just like I'm gonna learn everything on guitar and just play it wherever, whenever. And she got involved with like the punk scene and stuff. You know what I mean? Things like that. So yeah, she rocks it. Justin Vernon. Let's see. Where does it say he is from? It doesn't really. Oh, he's from Wisconsin, Eau Claire, Wisconsin. That's right, Eau Claire, Wisconsin. Awesome. Also out there, like he started more acoustically in that Forever ago, and then just like he's just added on like sounds. He spent a whole chunk of time like not writing music on a guitar, but more at like pianos or different instruments and stuff like that. We got a chance to see him in New Orleans.
Yes, that was
see the
pretty
band
concert.
Yeah, it was awesome. I wouldn't mind seeing them again ever. Yeah, every record they put out, everything he does, I swoon over. It's my shit. Totally my shit. This song's my shit. Let's see. This song comes out during. Where is it at? It was the first one that popped up on this fucking list here. Played in the background while she was printing photos of herself and Edward after the violent birthday party. So yeah, it's just kind of like in the background there. Yeah. Pretty song, good song. I'm glad that's cool. That's your favorite one on this. Yeah, you're cute. You're my favorite. You're my favorite person. Done All Wrong by Black Rebel Motorcycle Club. Black Rebel Motorcycle Club. BRMC fucking rocks. It's weird too. This is one of their more chill songs.
Yeah, like I didn't like when I first heard it. I didn't know it was them because I was like, oh, yeah. Like I don't know.
They were originally formed in 1998. They formed in San Francisco. Originally consisted of Peter Hayes, Robert Levon Bean, Nick Jago. Nick Jago departed, replaced by a man named a lady named. Oh, that's right. They have a female drummer, Leo Shapiro. She fucking rocks. She fucking rocks. She's hardcore. Like in the later records, yeah. I was into them when I was in like. When I was in the band with Jimmy, I started getting into them, BB Gun Johnny.
Yeah.
And then just continuing on, like over the years, like Black Rebel Motorcycle Club, like they're a fucking sick ass band. Very rockin', very old school, fuzzy tones usually. But this one, it's weird, right? Like it's so weird that they chose like an acoustic song of theirs to put into this. It's still driving, I guess. Yeah, but not. But it's weird because it's not what you go to Black Rebel Motorcycle Club for.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a weird one, but I don't know. Maybe it was like. So the next song, Monsters by Hurricane Bells. It's a more rockin' song. It's a more like jammed out song. Hurricane Bells, I didn't find much about them. This song, I think this song was like what I've been calling a victim of the soundtrack. I like this song because it reminds me of like that type of music, like the more rockin' music. So it was weird. It's weird. It's just a weird thing that they just like. It should have been Black Rebel Motorcycle Club, like a more rockin' song. I don't know. Let's see. This dude, Hurricane Bells, semi-active musical group still. Let's see. Yeah, not much on him. Yeah, no, not much. Like he's got an Instagram. It's got 556 followers. Very indie. Yeah. Which is pretty cool. Which the music supervisor, she did say that like she had a thing, like she from her old school background, like she had a thing for finding like, you know, indie artists, but like also like looking around because she's got that record label. So she listens to a lot of stuff from a lot of people that are like, oh well, this person could work for this, you know. So let's just get them a payday. So that's cool. Seawolf, The Violet Hour, coolest name of a song, I think. What do you think about this song?
I liked it. Like, I'm trying to remember when this one plays.
Yeah, me too. That one I couldn't find. Let me see. It's not much like the Seawolf. There's not much on Seawolf either. Like band. from, let's see, Seawolf Music. I'm on their website now. Seawolf. Okay, there's tour dates. They're still touring. They're still doing stuff. Seems like a duo. They got an Instagram. Let's see what's up on their Instagram. Seawolf, 6,000 followers. All right, still active. It does. It okay. Seems like a dude. Like this dude's like a solo act. Yeah. Oh, Seawolf tours with Matt Costa. Matt Costa's pretty good. I like Matt Costa. Yeah. Matt Costa was pretty good. Another one, probably super indie. So, I don't remember when this plays either. That Anya Marina song plays when this is another thing too, when like when she's trying to kiss him outside the truck, and like he's like he's trying to no kiss her because he doesn't want to. It's just I'm gonna tear you apart. Like I can't fucking kiss you because you're just gonna make me so horny. Like it's like, you know what I mean? Like that shit. That's when that Anya Marina song plays. Yeah. So I just saw that here pulled up right now. So yeah, whatever. That's a cool name of a song. I really like the name of the song. Yeah. They're a victim of the soundtrack because I went in there and then I'm out. Yeah. OK Go's "Shooting the Moon," cute song. Not what you expect from OK Go.
Exactly. Yeah, because they're very upbeat. Like usually a lot of like kind of comical videos.
They got a good sense of humor. Yeah, they're good songwriters though. Like they really are. Like they're older. They kind of like, I don't know, what was it that here it goes again. That's when they like blew up a bit.
I think so.
Yeah.
That one, and then they had another one, and it was also because of the music videos.
Their music videos were very fun. The guys look kind of wacky, like kind of. They're originally from Chicago. Now they're based in LA. Let's see. Originally composed of Damian Kulash, Tim Norwin, Dan Konopka, and Andy Ross. Okay, all right. Good band. Formed in 1998 originally. Wow. Okay, cool. Yeah, Here It Goes Again, which was it was in 2007, nominated for Best Music Video because that's when they did the fucking
It was the
treadmill
treadmills,
thing.
right?
Yeah, the treadmills.
Yep.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah, they're big. So yeah, at this time it would have been a few years removed from that. So yeah, would have been prime time to have an OK Go thing there. So yeah, next song is a beautiful song as well, but a very slow song, "Slow Life" by Grizzly Bear, featuring Victoria Legrand of Beach House.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's a very Beach House like song, but it's Grizzly Bear and Beach House, which is wild because they're both
double.
Yeah, they're both very chill. Grizzly Bear was awesome live.
Got to see them?
Yeah, got to see them when they played Tricky. When they played Tricky.
Okay.
Yeah, they were fucking rad. They were really, really good. They're from...
I think they did a remix of a Robin song that I really liked.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're very about, like... They did a record out in Marfa. That's one of like the a big record that they did out there. That's how they like I guess and I think they did some stuff at Sonic Ranch in all honesty. Yeah, I think but Manny, this dude I know, Manny did stuff with Beach House. Beach House also indie, chill, Victoria Legrand.
Dream Pop.
Yeah, Dream Pop. They laid the foundation for that shit. They laid the foundation. Grizzly Bear, originally from Brooklyn, New York. Yeah, Edward Drost, Daniel Rosen, Chris Taylor, Christopher Bear, very like folksy, experimental, psychedelic. This song's one of their more acoustic tunes, one of the more like flowery, but still like got some. I like this one a lot. I liked it, but it's very Beach House. It really is Beach House, like Beach House with better guitaring, because I think the guitarist from Grizzly Bear is a lot better than the dude from Beach House. But I mean, they do two different things, but if you're going to hear a Beach House song, like it's going to be like that. Like that's what it'd be like.
It's going to be like
That's what it'd be like. But yeah, Grizzly Bear, good band. Good band. This song came out oh, that's right. It's the song that starts playing when they have that scene where like she's floating in the water, and then you see the Edward like appear.
Oh,
floating also, and fucking.
And
Jacob.
He he steals her out of the water.
He looks at her and he's like, "Oh my god, you shouldn't have done that. Like I said, like I said, and you didn't listen to me. See? You see? Stupid girl. No Sound But the Wind by Editors. Editors. Good band. Very brooding. This
I
song.
found out about the Editors after I had already known about Interpol.
Yeah.
And
okay,
I felt
yeah.
like I couldn't fully like them because
Yeah.
I felt like he was trying to sing like the guy from Interpol. And I'm like, well, that's not his fault. Like, he just has a deep voice, you know. They make good music, but
yeah,
it's just
they're cool. Very much like the National too, like that of that ilk. Like, but yeah, like Interpol, more Interpol-y, more. They're an English band. They're from Birmingham. I think they've been here. I think they opened up for somebody. I'm not 100% sure who.
I think so. I think you're right.
I think they have been here, but they're rad. You know, very post-punk, post-rock. I would say like dark post-rock. That's what I would say. That this song's very brooding. Oh, no, 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 no. They're still around. They're still around. Yeah, it's not anybody like I keep up with really. You know?
Either, yeah.
Yeah, they let's see. They're compared to like sounds of like Echo and the Bunnymen, Joy Division, like Interpol. Yeah, yeah. That's what it is. That's what they be. You know. I wonder if we're gonna see them. Are they gonna be on that Just Like Heaven?
I don't think
No?
so.
Okay. We're going to that. We're gonna go to that festival. That should be cool. We're also gonna see Interpol in at Cruel World Fest this year as well. And Placebo.
Placebo.
Oh my god, that's
Can't
gonna be so
wait.
fucking cool. Have we talked about Placebo yet? I think I have. I think
we've
with Jimmy.
mentioned it.
Yeah. Yeah. Good band. Finally, Alexander Desplat played the New Moon theme. So Alexander Desplat, French composer. I've already talked about him on the Fantastic Mr. Fox episode with Norman. So go back. Check out the Fantastic Mr. Fox episode with Norman to hear a little bit more about Alexander Desplat. But he was Chris Weitz's guy. Like that's why he came onto this. Other than that, it was gonna be that Carter Burwell, who did the first score.
Yeah.
And he's gonna do the rest of them moving on. But this one Alexander did the score for, and you know he's an amazing composer. He's very, very good. He's prolific. He does a lot of shit. Does a lot of shit out there. Wes Anderson stuff. You know, he's out there. Yeah, he does good stuff. There's a bonus track, excuse me, by Lupe Fiasco called Solar Midnight. Lupe Fiasco, Chicago rapper. I like him a lot. I liked him a lot. He's up and down. You know, he's a very good artist. More recently, he's made better choices in beats, but he's always been like that's like been like a weird thing. Like he could like this song, it's okay. Like very like boom 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 boom. You know what I mean?
Does it play during the credits?
Yeah, it's like a credit song. It was a bonus track like on like another like a European or something release. Yeah. Yeah. There's a few like on the Eclipse soundtrack, there's a few songs that I'm like, the fuck? Like the German release had that song and that song? Yeah, I haven't listened to those songs yet. But yeah, there's something like that. But yeah, that's the soundtrack. That's the full soundtrack for this movie. Very indie. Very the breakup album.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very unexpected things from certain artists.
For sure.
But it did have my favorite song in the whole saga.
That one is your favorite in the whole saga?
Hearing Damage is my favorite song. Yeah. Yeah, it is. And then Rosalind's it's up there. It's a very good song. Yeah. Yeah. All right. What'd you think? What'd you think about this one? New Moon.
This one was still very like oh man, like this everything's so dramatic and just the whole like the vampires being gone. This was like the wolf movie, you know what I mean?
I know, but then it was fun. It still had the funny scenes like where they were like where all the vampires were just standing waiting for Victoria, just like listening, and it's like oh my god, and just still Bella, hey Bella, hey Bella, what's up Bella? Like Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, guys! Like you could say, "Hey, what's up, dude?" Or like, or loca, like even
Oh my
loca.
God, no more. That's the
More
worst.
loca. That was awesome. Good movie. Eclipse is not my favorite one, which it should have been because like the director of Eclipse I like a lot. Well, I like 30 Days of Night. That's
I
why.
liked the way this movie looked more than I did
Twilight.
Twilight.
Yeah, me
Yeah.
too. Yeah, there's more
But at the
color in
same
the
time, it's like
flesh.
that's why Twilight was Twilight because it was just so blue. It just had this
Oh,
blue
I know.
sheen to it.
Yeah,
Like it was
yeah,
just blue.
yeah. This
Yeah.
one was like brown.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
brown.
this one was brown.
This one was brown, and then Eclipse was like, okay, we're gonna do this
White or
one.
weird or dark. I don't know.
This was
Yeah.
just yeah,
We'll talk about it. We're gonna talk about it
yeah.
when we talk about it. But thank you very much for listening to the New Moon episode. So Eclipse is up next. Then after that, Breaking Dawn. I'm just gonna say what's next after those. After Twilight, we're gonna do Cyberpunk. That's why we're heading. That's why
Cyberpunk.
we're heading into the Cyberpunk. Like where we're gonna have a Cyberpunk party. So
Mm-hmm.
we're gonna do Johnny Mnemonic. We're gonna do Hackers, and we're gonna do the Matrix soundtrack. Hackers is I think it might be my favorite soundtrack, like kind
Yeah,
of all time. I think,
it's a good
is it
soundtrack.
is it my favorite movie?
I don't know. I feel like
I
it's up there.
I
It's
think
just it hits all the little
it
boxes
hits.
for you.
Yeah, yeah. So we're gonna do that in the next few months. So you can prepare for that. Start watching those, listen to that music, prep yourself for what's up ahead. We're still in Twilight Land. This is still gonna be fun. Still second movie. But yeah, next movie Eclipse. If you haven't listened to the soundtrack, you're gonna have to kind of piecemeal it. If I have the time, I think I might just post the Eclipse soundtrack on these in
Hmm.
this show notes as well. Let me see if I got the time to do that. I'll
Yeah.
probably do that too because it's that one. More of the songs aren't on the streaming, and actually one of the songs is like you could just find a like live version of it.
Hmm.
I don't know if it's like on a Bandcamp somewhere. I looked. I have to dig a little more. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. But yeah, thank you very much for listening to this episode. Love, do you have any plugs, anything like that? Deep Cuts
Deep Cuts EP.
on social media.
Yeah.
Casey Goins.
Casey is Harry.
Casey is Harry.
Lovely going.
Underscore JJ Caballero, JJCABALLERO. My website
Leo.
L-E-O-E-I-I-O.
Oh my God.
Mono Stereo Video at Mono Stereo Video on Instagram. You can find my letterbox in the show notes as well. I'm posting on the letterbox, making lists. We're watching movies. We watched Paprika. It was fucking awesome.
Okay.
So good. Love these movies. Love talking about New Moon. I love you.
Love you too.
Yeah. Love you guys too. Thank you very much for listening, and we will listen to you later.